The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Sean.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's a lot of twos in the day today. So it's February, it's the 2nd, and it's the 23rd, and it's 5:31 right now.
Wow. The 23rd. Oh, 23rd year.
2023.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I think I'm still frozen. Literally from coming to work this morning. A minute and a half, 2-minute walk to work. Almost didn't make it.
Aren't you blessed?
Almost didn't make it. I'm surprised you made it.
I am surprised as well. I don't have any heat in my truck.
That alone boggles my mind that we live in northern Canada and you're just like, nah, heat, don't need it.
Okay, I don't think don't need it. It just stopped working right before Christmas and I haven't gotten around to getting it fixed yet because getting around to it is
February.
Nagging my husband to do it.
It is February. Around Christmas, that would have been the next day thing for me. I'm like, oh, vehicle doesn't have heat. Emergency. I'm grabbing some funds out of my savings to get that done.
Yeah, this is the problem. My husband's a handy mechanical guy. So
clearly not. It's February. It's been multiple times of minus 40 from Christmas until now.
He just has other priorities, Sean, but the heat in my truck didn't work, and it still doesn't. And then this morning, the power steering didn't want to work either.
You're just like fully funding those hot pockets. You're just sitting on them. You have them in your socks. You have them in their pants, on your armpits, in your mitts. You have them everywhere because the heat doesn't work.
Take out some stock in them because it's going to go up.
Yeah.
Well, one thing you can count on is your grocery bill rising. Sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I know, I'm sorry. What a way to start talking about this. But the no-name price freeze, we've been hearing about that for months. It happened in October, and they said, we're freezing our prices for 3 months. Unfortunately, the reason why you can count on your bill continuing to rise, that 3 months is over, and they said they are not renewing or extending the price freeze.
Yeah, I was quickly looking into it, and they basically just said, like, all of their suppliers have raised their prices by around 10%. So they're like, woe is me. Now we got to go to the trickle-down effect, and now our customers have to pay the price as well.
Which is hard because I found that there was like the last man standing in the butter section. That was the only brand of butter I was buying because it was frozen on the prices and it seemed like every other pound of butter was $7 now.
Yeah.
But I guess that one's going to go up as well. So no more baking, no more toast. What else can I not have butter on anymore?
Yeah, I haven't bought butter in forever. You'll be good. You'll be fine. You just got to shift your diet a little bit.
Yeah, margarine? Is that the answer?
I don't even buy margarine either.
Dry toast. Does that?
I put salsa on it.
Salsa on your toast?
With an egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's just alternatives here. Okay. Although eggs are going up too. And like, so now they're like, oh, wait, maybe that was not a great idea either. Salsa? Oh, that's going up too. It was like, what about beans, rice? There we go. Let's find some other alternatives.
Yeah, the dry ones that come in the bag. Some assembly required.
A major shakeup in the medal standings at the Arctic Winter Games last night, Steph.
A shakeup?
Yeah, so a shakeup. Alberta North, they were first for the first 2 days of full competition, and now they've dropped down to third.
Oh my goodness, who took them off their throne?
Team Yukon, first place. They have 30 gold medals, 80 in total. 80, yeah. I know, I'm shocked by that number too.
That's a lot of medals. That's a lot of events to have medals to give out at.
That's a lot of people winning right there. Alaska's in second. So I think Yukon went from second to first, Alaska went from third to second, and Alberta North went from first to third.
Okay.
And so Alaska has 73 total medals, so they are 7 medals below first. And then Alberta North, all the way down in third now. We are 20 below first.
Okay, I will say something that the coaches at speed skating kept yelling. You can catch her!
Yes!
You can catch her!
I will say our skating programs are pretty fantastic. I think speed skating has been absolutely phenomenal. I've been updating, just like keeping track of like the results and everything. But our figure skating program, holy moly, we have some beasts in there winning like everything. Every different style, we always have people placing. And we've had some of them in the studio here from that like Noralta Skating Club and everything. Fantastic job over there. They are like just dominating the boards.
Wow. Go Alberta North, go. It is February 2nd, which means it's Groundhog Day.
I always have a fun time relearning about Groundhog Day every year because I think it happens, I read about it, and then I forget about it for the next 364 days.
It's so true. I literally was just asking you off air what if he means his shadow and if he doesn't see his shadow means. Like, I can never remember.
Never. Absolutely never. And I always forget how many of them they are and who's the most important one, who's the most accurate, this, that, and the other.
Well, Puxatawny Phil.
Oh, great work pronouncing that.
Thank you. Don't ask me to say Shubakandi Sam. But the Pennsylvania groundhog where everything originated,
right.
He's already been out this morning.
Right.
And he saw his shadow.
So more winter.
More winter than we want. 6 more weeks, they say.
Right.
Farmer's Almanac put out a poem about Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Ready for it?
Sure.
Thursday is the big day. We're getting ready for Groundhog Day. Because spring is way overdue. And if the groundhog says more winter, he'll be heading for groundhog stew. What do you think?
I just came across an article breaking it all down, and this official weather people were like the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration. Official weather people is what I'm going to call them.
Okay.
They're like, hey, we don't want to take away from Groundhog Day, but look, Phil might not be totally accurate.
Well,
they went and did the data on him. He's hitting on 40% for the past couple of years. They're like, look, we do this professionally, Groundhog Day. So they're trying to dampen the spirit a little bit. A bunch of Debbie Downers over there at the official weather place.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. So I feel like Phil is dampening our spirits with the 6 more weeks of winter thing. And if they're going to tell me that spring is coming early on a -40 morning,
right?
All the power to them. Thank you for the good news.
Yesterday we had the one and only CBC reporter, Saskatoon's very own Devin Haru, on the show, who has covered multiple Olympics, Paralympics, you name it, he's done it. First Arctic Winter Games, and one of the events he pointed out, Steph, was the knuckle hop.
Yes, which I had never heard of.
It's an Arctic game, and he compared it to, if you watch the summer games, whether it's Olympics, whatever, the 100-meter dash. Usually one of the more coveted events, usually one that provides a lot of excitement. It's just like 10 seconds of action and 9 seconds if you're a world record like Usain Bolt. And boom, it's over, and it's just exhilarating. I got a camera operator for the live stream last night, and he was 100% correct. The knuckle hop was intense.
Isn't it crazy that you signed up for these shifts weeks ago and had no idea what you were signing up for?
Right? I just signed. I was like, I don't know what this is. It sounds intriguing. Put me in for it. And I got to experience one of the greatest things. So picture someone lying on their belly, their chest. They're kind of in a push-up position, but instead of their palms being on the ground, it is their knuckles in a fist motion. And then their toes prop up. And so you're kind of on 4s, on 2 knuckles and your feet on your toes. And then your body is parallel, and you want to try and keep that like stiff as a board. And then you hop forward on all 4s, knuckle hopping forward. And then that's essentially what the race is. And then there's a giant oval taped on the ground. And I believe one way around the oval, as I'm estimating, around 150 feet, I want to say.
Okay.
And so last night, we had someone come within 3 feet of breaking the world record for the knuckle hop, which is 191 feet. So all the way around, and then like a quarter of the way around as well.
Wow.
The crowd was so into it. It was at the Fieldhouse at McDonald Island Park. The seats up top were all filled with people. There was a bunch of athletes and everyone down below in the arena. The atmosphere was just absolutely electric, and it was so cool to just see it in person.
Yeah, but if you didn't get to see it in person, I did get to watch the live stream this morning. Very, very neat. Such a surprising event.
Yeah.
I, of course, didn't know it existed, but I am just wowed by the athleticism and the practice it must take to be able to be in a plank position or a push-up position, not touch the ground, and hop your way around. Like, your wrist strength must be so strong. Your knuckles must, I don't know, you must have fists of steel. Like, it looks like it would be such a training exercise to bring yourself to be able to do it. it. So such a cool event to definitely go check out if you missed it.
Yeah, and these guys are just yoked. They were just absolutely swole. They were definitely just like fit athletes. And you only get one go at it. There's not like multiple heats, multiple runs. So if like you accidentally mess up on your first run, you're like, all right, I'm going to come back better on my second run. And maybe that's because there was a lot of bloody knuckles after like the runs and stuff, because I think it's just so hard on the body. You just get one run. That's it. You got to make the most of it.
Wow. Okay. So go check that out. But also, there are 3 days left of the Arctic Winter Games. Do not sleep on this. This is a huge, huge event in our region. Take it in if you can.
I got slapped in the face yesterday, and I think I'm going to press charges, Steph.
Slapped in the face. Jeepers.
Yeah.
By who?
Mother Nature. Holy crap. So tired yesterday. I was leaving work. It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'm walking home. I go to open the door and step outside. I'm outside. I'm walking for 4 or 5 steps. I yawn because I'm tired. All of a sudden, the minus 40 enters my throat, and I literally almost like dropped my knees, dying, just slapped by the cold in my face.
Was it worse than when you eat like a piece of the black flavored Dentine gum and you breathe in and all your insides go cold?
It was like if you already have a dry throat and then you ate like 3 saltine crackers to make it more dry, and then you can't breathe. I was coughing for the rest of my walk home. It was brutal.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Okay, so everybody get good sleeps before you go outside so that your lungs aren't asking for more air when you yawn.
Yeah, it's dangerous to yawn. It's minus 46 right now, so just don't. I'll call in sick for you. Don't go outside. The way of spammers evolving has always interested me because I feel like I just get targeted a lot, and maybe everyone else does, but I just really take note of it all.
I think you get targeted because you engage.
Yeah, that's the bad part about it. They know that I respond to things probably. They probably have like a message board where they're like, yeah, here's his number, here's his information, see if you can crack this one.
Yeah.
He's a good one. Or an annoying one, however you look at it. And spamming got to such a personal point where they would like be like, I want to paint you and you get the money for it. I just need your this, that, and the other. And you're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, they got your number. I've never gotten a text like that.
Maybe it was real then. I don't know. I should have went off him. Like, sure, paint me like one of your French girls. And then there'll be like other texts where it'll be like, hey, your TD bank account is going dry. Give me a type Y for it not to, or whatever. Yeah. Anyways, it just knows who I bank with, this, that, and the other. And then now it's almost like they have gotten so personal and gotten nowhere that they just went back to basic.
Back to basic. What's basic then?
I've been getting for the past week, I've been getting texts now, not Instagram DMs or any of that other text messages that just say, hello.
Oh dear.
Hi. And then I look up the area codes and it's like Atlanta, Dallas, Texas. I'm like, no one's text. So I remember reading something in an article once that was like, if you just get like random spam texts, just delete it, because if you respond, they now know that phone number is active.
Oh.
Because they probably span a whole ton of numbers and they don't know if it's actually a working phone number or if it is not a working phone number. So they just probably span like millions of numbers.
Wow. Okay. So then if you don't text back, they think it doesn't work and they don't share that number with their network to be like, all right, now send him another TD Bank notification.
Yeah, that's how I'm assuming that it works. They cross that number like, oh, it's a dead number. No one responded. Let's not pursue that because we have a million other numbers that we need to move on to. So, yeah, don't respond to the hi, hello ones.
Sean, how'd you do though? Because you love to engage with scammers. You love to talk to them. Were you able to resist the urge to say hi back and send a picture of a dog?
I did resist this one. If they DM me on Instagram, I usually go along with it until they block me. But this go around, I didn't even respond with the phone number.
Impressive. Pat on the back for
Thank you. Thank you.
Jeopardy had a category on Monday night called Worst Case Ontario.
Oh, yeah.
So it's basically worst case scenarios that could happen in Ontario.
Interesting. I always love when they give Canadian flavor to the show.
Same. And their contestants were only stumped on one or two of the questions, so I thought I'd see how you do.
Oh, boy.
Being Canadian.
Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm ready for this.
Here's some worst case Ontarios. Zombies, and not the slow ones, are making their way from Detroit to this city across the Ambassador Bridge.
Windsor.
Hey, one for Sean.
Right on. Let's go.
King Kong, he's real, and he's climbing this 1,815-foot structure, his eye filling the window of the revolving restaurant.
CN Tower.
Ding! Okay, this one you should get. The intra-province rivalry between the national capital's Ottawa Senators and these provincial capital NHLers comes to a fever of hate.
What is the Toronto Maple Leafs? I guess I was getting those wrong because I didn't say what is, who is, and everything.
I should have docked you points. Okay, now this took 3 tries to get. The province directly to the west makes a series of nighttime cow-tipping raids causing general chaos.
What is Manitoba?
All right, last one. This is the one for all the money, Sean. Worst case, ill-tempered aquatic creatures emerge from this Great Lake upon which Thunder Bay sits.
What is a beaver?
No, it's a lake. A Great Lake, it says.
You said creatures.
Yeah,
emerge.
The worst case is that aquatic creatures emerge from this Great Lake.
Lake Superior. What is Lake Superior?
Hey!
Okay, there we go. I'm a geography guy. I made a discovery in my bushy beard the other day, Steph. So my beard has a whole bunch of different colors in it, and it ranges from like blonde to light brown to dark brown, and actually there even is some like red, orange-ish in there.
Yeah, you're very blessed with quite a bushy, nice, full-colored beard, very brindle.
Yeah, brindled, and it's got the ombre kind of going on in places. But the other day, right under my chin, I went to the washroom, washing my hands, checking to see how I looked for the day, just in case there's something in my face. And there was, in my beard, there was an oblong white hair sticking right under my chin. And it was just, boing, it was just right out.
Now, was it like you had missed it in when you're trimming? Like, was it way longer than all the other hairs?
I don't think I missed it. It was just blending in with the entire beard. And for some reason, it was like one of the only ones that was just like oddly sticking out. So it really stood out. Now, it wasn't gray and it wasn't blonde either, because I have a lot of blonde hairs in my beard. It was like legit, like white. And I was like, oh, that is so interesting. And I debated. I'm like, should I pluck it? I was like, nah, we're keeping it.
You're keeping it. You're going to call that your wise hair, your sagely hair that just kind of hangs out there. And that's where all your brain power comes from?
Yeah. And so I spotted it the other day, kind of forgot about it. And I was like, oh, I should talk about this on air. So I went to go find it just right now. And it was buried. It's still there. I thought I maybe lost it. It fell out or something, but still there. It's still going strong. So I found it again, and then it's my lucky white hair on my beard. That's what I'm going to call it.
Lucky white hair. Also lucky that when you're young, and they say if you do get a white hair, it means that you might be rich when you're older.
Well, I work in radio, so that's not happening.
One can dream, Sean. The white hair is trying for you. At least you can do is encourage it.
What did I tell you? It's the hope that'll kill you. I'm not believing in this.
Level up your lexicon.
Learned a new term yesterday, Sean. The Gen Z shake.
The Gen Z shake?
Yeah.
All in one. Handshake.
Handshake?
Yeah.
Certain kind, or what makes it the Gen Z shake?
When they do that Gen Z thing.
Okay.
Is it a handshake? No?
No.
Okay. Does it have to do something with being at the urinal?
What?
Never mind. Hit the wrong button. You don't have to know.
Something of being at the urinal.
If you use urinals, you know.
Okay.
If you don't, you don't know.
Exactly. I am not going to define that. Do you remember the millennial pause?
Yeah, I do.
What's that?
Looking at the camera for a second or two. And
for
then
like
talking?
a split second before you start talking because you're just not quite sure if it's on.
If it's recording, yeah.
Yeah, and you could edit it out, but for some reason you don't.
Right.
Okay. Gen Z shake, the equivalent to the millennial pause.
Oh.
It's the shake of the camera that you set it down at the last second and then run and do your video to kind of show I'm doing this by myself. I'm filming myself.
Wow.
Yeah, the Gen Z shake.
It's all a plan.
A plan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Videos are a plan.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.